Challenge, the subtle secrets of pranayama. So today, this is day 3. And today I want to talk about a little bit about the inner universe of perception. I also am doing the live stream a little bit early today because I'm speaking about addiction at a conference this right at noon today here in Asheville, which I'm really excited about, and I'm hoping, my idea is that I'm going to take my use my phone and take my little phone stand and film it. So check back in again today if you want to catch my talk. And I'll probably only be talking for about 20 minutes, and then we'll be practicing for about 30 minutes. So I might leave the camera on for the whole time. We'll see how it goes. Okay. So today, the discussion today is about the inner universe, the outer universe, the inner universe. So what does that mean? So partly what happens with pranayama is people say, okay, here's the technique. You need to do a 4-second inhale and an 8-second exhale or something like that. Or here's the technique. It's going to be sitali. This is what you do with your tongue, or this is what you do with your teeth. Or, here's the alternate nostril thing, and here's exactly how you do it. And here's where you put your fingers, or you put your fingers up it, right? There's all that sort of what we could call exteroceptive instructions, right? And that's typically what you hear in pranayama. Are exteroceptive. Exteroceptive means, it's coming from outside. I'm paying attention. I've got my visual cortex fired. I'm paying attention to somebody else, and that's how I'm doing the practice. And so what I'm trying to do in this 30-day challenge is turn you on to all the nuanced stuff that's going on internally with the practice, right? And that's, I think, it's my opinion, that interoceptive awareness is actually where we make some of the deepest changes. So someone asked me, what is this? It's all going on in the yoga world. Like, some people are really uptight about yoga breathing and pranayama and how it's bad for you, and like it saturates the system with too much oxygen. You need more carbon dioxide in order to relax the blood vessels. All that stuff's going on right now, all the controversy, the buzz. And on the other side is Buteyko breathing, and Buteyko breathing is much under the pranayama. Have you heard that? Some of you who are paying attention not paying attention, but some of you who are participating in those yoga forums online will see that stuff going on. And my opinion is not so much that one technique is better than the other. I mean, come on, the people have been doing pranayama for thousands of years. They can't be wrong or bad. Like, there has to be some value in it, obviously. And Buteyko seems to really help people with sinus problems and allergies and asthma. Great. My opinion is it's not so much about the technique. It's about your approach to the technique. And it's about how open you are and how connected you are into this interoceptive possibilities, right? So that's what I'm trying to work on over these 30 days. And when I talk about the inner universe, what I mean by the inner universe is like, we can look out and see everything, into the stars and into the, into the world, into the stars, into the universe. But there's an internal universe that is just as fascinating. And if you can approach your pranayama practice with this idea that, wow, this is a mind-blowing, fascinating, interesting experience, then I'm going to wave at everybody here. Then what you can experience, or what you can benefit from, is this, this incredible healing energy that's within you. So today's practice, so the first day, right, we did just here. This was the focus. We spent about 3 minutes there. Yesterday, we did just the tips of the nostrils and then the experience in the nose, right? And today, what we're going to talk about is the U-turn at the top of the cavity. And and tomorrow we'll do some more stuff with there's so much to do, right? So yesterday, we went into the sinuses a little bit. I'm going to put a picture up on my Facebook page, because I'm doing Facebook and Instagram at the same time. So I'll put a picture up on my Facebook page about the sinuses so you can kind of get where we're going. So feel free to soften or close your eyes. We're going to be here for about 3 minutes. Soften your shoulders. Feel free to let a nice long breath flow in, and perhaps soften the muscles in your face. And allow the breaths to start flowing in and out through your nose. It's only 3-minute practice. You can stay for 3 minutes, right? Or watch it anytime throughout the day, so you have a little pranayama break. So how does the breath feel coming in? You notice the temperature and sensation right under the nose. And then how does it feel as it enters the gates? So as it moves from being outside of you to being part of you, what is that sensation in the gates? And then we go to right side, left side. Which side is easier? Which side is more open? And how does the breath feel as it approaches the gates? How does it feel moving through the gates? And right side, left side, which side is more open? And then feeling some of the breath as it spreads into the sinuses in your cheeks. So noticing that lateral movement of the breath. And then beginning to notice the breath as it moves up towards the bridge of your nose, or really towards your Agya chakra, the third eye, as it moves up towards the third eye. And you may also begin to notice those sinuses that are up around your eyebrow area. So there's some coolness in that area, or some sensation in the face here. And then the next place to go with your awareness is how the breath makes a U-turn. So it goes up to your third eye or your sixth chakra, and it U-turns around towards the back of the nasal cavity, sorry. So what is that sensation? And just reviewing again as the breath approaches your nostrils, as it crosses the gates and becomes part of you, as it moves into your nose, spreads through your cheeks, the sinuses in your cheeks, and then the sinuses up in the forehead area, the eyebrow area. And then as the breath starts to make a U-turn into the back of your nose, back of the nasal cavity, really. That's it. That's all we're doing today. So do that for a couple more breaths of that awareness, sensations. Let yourself stay present with those sensations, and don't worry about what, the respiratory muscles right now. As I mentioned yesterday, this practice, just noticing where the breath goes in your face, just feeling the cool sensations in your nose. This is enough for many people, especially populations that I've worked extensively with, people with trauma, addiction histories, depression, anxiety. Sometimes that's it for their breath. They don't need to go into belly breathing or noticing their respiratory musculature. They just need to stay with those subtle sensations. So I'd like to invite you to notice how that affected you today. As I said, it was about 3 minutes, how that practice affected you today. Please leave a comment on Instagram or Facebook. Leave a comment about how it affected you, and feel free to leave any questions. And tomorrow we're going to continue with the exploration. I'm also going to talk a little bit about Ayurvedic approaches to keeping that nose open. So we'll talk about that a little bit tomorrow. Thanks for being here. Namaste.